accounts of the events unfolding around us. We are the chroniclers of our time, the custodians of public discourse, and the guardians of accountability. In this conflict, where misinformation and propaganda reign supreme, our role is more critical than ever. We must sift through the debris of falsehood, expose the hidden agendas, and shine a light on the human cause of this devastating conflict. The people of the Northwest region deserve to know the truth, not the distorted narratives peddled by warring parties. We face immense challenges, threat, intimidation, arbitrary arrest, and even the ultimate sacrifice. Our newsrooms are underfunded, our resources are scarce, and our safety is constantly compromised. Yet we persevere. We persevere because we believe in the power of journalism to bring about change, to foster understanding, and to pave the way for peace. Today we call upon the government and the separatist factions to respect the fundamental rights to freedom of expression. We demand that they cease their attacks on journalists and recognize our vital role in building a just and equitable society. We implore them to understand that silencing the press does not silence the truth. It only buries it deeper, fueling resentment and prolonging the conflict. We also call upon the international community to stand in solidarity with us. Your support is not merely an act of charity, it is an investment in democracy, in human rights, and in the very fabrics of our shared humanity. To my fellow journalists, I say, let us not be deterred by fear. Let us not be silenced by intimidation. Let us continue to uphold the highest standards of journalistic integrity, to report with courage and compassion, and to be the unwavering voice of the people. In the face of adversity, let us remember the words of George Orwell: journalism is printing what someone else does not want printed. Everything else is public relations. Let us honor the memories of our fellow colleagues by continuing their work, by refusing to be silenced, and by ensuring that their sacrifices were not in vain. Let us stand together, united to our commitment to press freedom, and let us be the beacon of truth in the midst of darkness. Thank you, Comrade G. Ignatius, Chapter Head for Northwest.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. That was for him, and I want you all to give him another round of applause for capturing that message beautiful. Personally, I listened to him speak, and I must say that I picked a few things from his speech that I would like to re-echo. Amongst other things that he underlined, he made mention of the fact that we should continue to promote the values some of our foreign colleagues used to promote, journalistic values in our day-to-day practice. We must remain resilient in our day-to-day practice. People deserve to be served the truth. Despite all, you might be unable to have resources to go gather stories. It doesn't mean that you should be partisan, and that be it the government, be it the secessionists, they all accuse all of us on a daily basis of being partisan, and that in all this we should remain strong and focused. Ladies and gentlemen, we're riding on with the program. We're supposed to have a reading of the UNESCO's message by the Secretary General of the Northwest Chapter of CJTU. I don't see her anymore. She's not here. We went right on to her. Okay, we'll call on Madame Comrade Donkari to take the message of the message of UNESCO on this day, 2025, International Day of Press Freedom.
UN Secretary General's message on World Press Freedom Day 2025. In a world plagued by conflict and division, World Press Freedom Day highlights a fundamental truth. Freedom for people depends on freedom of the press. Free and independent journalism is an essential public good. It's the backbone of accountability, justice, equality, and human rights. Journalists everywhere must be able to report freely and without fear or favor. When journalists are unable to work, we all lose. Tragically, this is becoming more difficult every year and more dangerous. Journalists face attacks, detentions, censorship, intimidation, violence, and even death simply for doing their jobs. We are seeing a sharp rise in the number of journalists killed in conflict areas, particularly in Gaza. And now, as this year's theme reminds us, press freedom faces an unprecedented threat. Artificial intelligence can support freedom of expression or stifle it. Biased algorithms, outright lies, and hate speech are landmines on the information superhighway. Accurate, verifiable, fact-based information is the best tool to diffuse them. The Global Digital Compact adopted last year includes concrete steps to strengthen international cooperation to promote information integrity, tolerance, and respect in the digital space. AI must be shaped in a way that is consistent with human rights and put facts first. And the global principles for information integrity are launched last year as supporting and informing this work as we push for a more humane information ecosystem. On this World Press Freedom Day, let's commit to make this a reality and safeguard press freedom and the press everywhere.
Thank you very much, Comrade Don Karim, for serving up as the UNESCO's, the UN Secretary General's message on the 2025 edition of World Press Freedom Day that is being commemorated with the theme, Reporting in the Brave New World, the Impact of Artificial Intelligence on Press Freedom and the Media. I'm sure we are going to have time as the program unfolds to discuss together on how the theme reflects much on our day-to-day reporting. We are riding on with the program, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have the reading of the Union's message by the National President. Like I earlier mentioned, and to our guest, that the National President of CJTU is no other person apart from Madame Marion Obama. She's not here with us today, but she has sent a message. And of course, that message is going to be delivered to us by one of our comrades, Pioneer Chapter President of CJTU Northwest, who currently occupies the first, who currently serves as the National Executive of CJTU as the first Vice National President. He is no other person other than the CEO, the Chief Strategist of Hilltop Voices, Comrade Baka Derek.
Lorsque j'élève ma voix à travers l'univers, c'est pour chanter les souffrances de la terre. Je chante pour les enfants qui n'ont.
A very good morning, everybody. Thank you for respecting this invite from our chapter executive. Congratulations, Mr. President, for the work you've done so far this morning. Message from the National Executive Bureau of the Cameroon Journalists Trade Union on the 32nd edition of World Press Freedom Day. Comrade members, media workers in public, civil public, private, and informal sectors, fellow communication students, for those who are here. On this 3rd of May, of course, this message, you understand, was intended to be circulated on the 3rd of May. Like our colleagues in Global Press family, we extend our congratulations for your commitment to the noble struggle for better working conditions in the service of the most beautiful profession in the world. This day serves as an opportunity to reflect on the state of press freedom in Cameroon, to remember censored, imprisoned, or slain journalists, and to raise awareness about the critical importance of the press as a pillar of democracy and justice. Since the last World Press Freedom Day, we have lost several committed comrades, notably Lambert Nwafo and Serge Bonny. We honor their memory as well as that of other deceased members of our professional family. Please, may we rise for a moment of silence. And may their souls rest in peace. Please be seated. We commemorate this 3rd of May 2025 in a particularly difficult context marked by worsening violations of democratic gains. The media crisis, particularly in the print sector, has led to unemployment for hundreds of workers and the collapse of numerous economic activities. This situation clearly illustrates the limitations of a system that, despite the semblance of pluralism, continues to reject the press. Despite the country's vast resources, the media still awaits subsidies and even the mega allocations known as public aid to the private press has withered significantly, demonstrating that our system has little regard for a high quality, free and independent press. The advent of social media has further complicated access to reliable information for our population, who are now forced to consume misinformation and fake news online. The state of despair of our press, exacerbated by a lack of governmental support, non-enforcement of the collective bargaining agreement, and the absence of self-regulation, lays bare the inefficiencies of the certain authorities. An example is the cancellation of the May 2024 parade in Douala, the headquarters of our union, due to police obstruction. This is a clear proof that the authorities have yet to resolve internal contradictions to ensure a press that truly serves the people. The deterioration of press freedom is undeniable, placing our country 130th out of 180 in the 2024 Reporters Without Borders ranking. This is a true disaster. From democratic freedoms to purchasing power and governance, the Cameroonian press is currently experiencing its darkest days under a so-called democratic regime. Our country has never ranked in the top 100 and continues to fluctuate between 118th and 138th place. Democratic freedoms for which our predecessors shed blood and in some cases paid with their lives are being trampled upon. Journalists subjected to brutality during political gatherings, violations of ratified international conventions such as Convention 87 on trade union freedoms, penal code provisions that criminalize freedom of expression and of the press, intimidation, violations against journalists, editorial interference, surveillance and tackling or tracking of journalists, and preparation of the profession, denial of justice in the cases of murdered journalists, employers refusing to implement government directives, including the organization of staff delegate elections, arbitrary suspension and dismissal of workers without cause, outdated and exploitative labor laws such as Labor Number 92/007 of 18 August 1992 on the Labor Code. Comrades, the purchasing power of media workers has been severely undermined. The future could prove even more painful if nothing is done to address these persistent issues. The media continues to suffer from scandals and unresolved cases of crimes against journalists. In response to this grim situation, and in line with the dignity integrity and honor of our forerunners, as well as the historic role of trade unionism in shaping our nation's destiny, we convened media stakeholders in Yaoundé on March 10, 2025 to reflect on the creation of a peer regulatory body. We are firmly committed to achieving an end to declining purchasing power and a review of wages in line with the cost of living, an end to violations of democratic and trade union freedoms, guarantee of safety for all journalists and related media professionals, respect for and implementation of commitments made by the government to media. Trade unions, especially the application of the collective agreement and the election of staff delegates in all media companies. Comrades, we are convinced that only organized structures yield results. We sincerely thank you for your contribution, continued mobilization, and the many sacrifices you make despite the repression you face. In the face of frequent hardship, your legendary solidarity has shown through in the positive response to the appeal by the National Executive Bureau to support the families of our departed comrades. The intention to use the precarious state of journalists to control the press and undermine democracy is all too clear. Comrades, our struggle is just and legitimate. We must not relent, nor should we beg for leniency. On the contrary, we must understand that our hardship are those of the people. We must not only strengthen our union, but also broaden our struggle by including young trainees who are poised to carry the torch forward. Great and noble victories are born of great sacrifices in action. May collective solidarity be the guarantee of individual safety. Long live the 3rd of May, long live trade union solidarity, long live CJTU in the service of defending democratic freedoms and the welfare of media professionals. La Presidente, Marion Oba. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Comrade Bakaderi, first Vice National President of CJTU, and I must say the chapter remains proud to have you amongst us, the person who brought the flag of CJTU to the Northwest region. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now approached that hour in our program that we are going to collectively discuss amongst ourselves and find a way forward, that if we're leaving this hall, what are we going to be taking as take-home message from the theme of this year's World Press Freedom Day? From the program that has been served to you or around you, you might have already read the theme already. It says, reporting in the brave new world, the impact of artificial intelligence on press freedom and the media. It affects the media in all ramifications. We are media actors. We have been imposed with AI. We must use AI in our day-to-day activities. Now, what are the challenges and what are we going to do with the coming of AI? So I'm going to propose that we are going to have a 10 minutes conversation in two groups. Group 1, this is group 1, and this is group 2. Please pick a rapporteur, and then in 10 minutes we're going to have a short conversation on what we think. I'm going to propose two topics. Topic 1, I mean question 1. Is AI a threat to journalism practice or not? Is artificial intelligence a threat to journalism practice or not? Question 2. What's the way forward for journalism practice and practitioners? These are the two things that we're going to discuss. We did not see the need of hiring experts when all of us are experts in the profession. All of us are seeing the impacts of AI. All of us are forced to use AI in whatever thing we're going to do. So in 10 minutes maximum, I'm going to be timing. We're going to discuss amongst ourselves, and then We are going to see the results as the rapporteurs will be reading them out to us in 10 minutes. What, on these two questions, is AI a threat to journalism practice or not? Question 2, what's the way forward for journalism practice? I'm going to beg on the technician to give us a subtle piece of music as we discuss amongst ourselves. Pick a rapporteur, discuss, and then put down the points that we will be reading out in plenary for all. Thank you very much. I'm sure this group just have to maybe find a way to sit as a group without obviously not even scattering places. You guys just want to tell, yes, just have to tell the chairs a little for those of you who went too far. I'm proposing that group 2 should have Ms. Taylor as secretary and Amir Macmillan as the chair. Comrade Amir Macmillan coordinate activities in group 2. Ms. Taylor will take down the points and report to us in plenary. Group 2, Group 1. Group 1. Who is the president? Who will chair discussions in Group 1? Yeah? The women says that you chair and then they will report. The women are involved in it. Because the time is ticking. The time is ticking. And I want us to be real quick. Madam Weinstein, Sylvia, I will beg that you share conversations in Group 1. And Madam Petronella will report. Thank you very much.
Recording for source for information like every year. Scribing, analyzing get into the hands of battle. Battle people quotes, reduce AI, several reasons. One of them is propaganda. When we look at the recent video of the image of the current President Donald Trump, imposing himself as a pope, I'm sure that video, that image was circulated, and most Roman Catholics feel offended
That's an example of an AI generated. It's a propaganda anyway. And most, like I said, most targeted with the feel of fear. Why should the president deliberately do that? And there are many more. There are many more. Like there was a recent case of the lady who said she was scammed by a supported Samuel Eto'o. Using the voice over of Samuel Eto'o impersonation. Reference as another trend. Impersonation. So AI is it is someone disposed to claim to Samuel Eto'o and that they want to pay payers and so on, and usually have to send so $200,000 and the guy disappeared. And many more such threats that we have. Compliments. Some people even hack people's WhatsApp. Someone send you hacking. Someone can send you a message that you are using photos on WhatsApp. Before you realize, they start asking for your code. Before you know it, WhatsApp is gone. They start using your WhatsApp to contact people. So I think I've said it. My number,
So there's violation of ethics, privacy, invasion, and propaganda of wrong things, propaganda that
we are really
most of us as a risk, but also the opportunities and the advantages that AI presents. Yes. Manipulation of election or democratic process. Because you are not spending a lot of time. What is the amount of time to transcribe? Like a full day. Takes us time as transcription, analyzing.
We talk about plagiarism.
Because you cannot go to AI to ask for it. But you also need to know whether the language is sound. What thing with AI is old as vocabulary is everything. So that the modern way of there has been listed words like a dictionary. And first, let's us to give the material at any place. That is no more. But if you can build the words, and you can only come to one thing, because you cannot ask for, that, because there's nothing in AI. So it's not a threat, but it's a moral booster or fortify our level of reading. So I make it matter.
How do we coin that?
Yeah, it is going is now.
Actually, that's what I need to
okay, let me see that.
But I think like a better way to put it. Sometimes some questions, and then they go and get answers on AI.
But what the AI does is wrong.
Like you carry a question back on AI, and you correct it that way. It's the same thing.
I think it's a problem that what the academia is complaining more. Students who actually don't ask questions, copy the answers, based on their submit. You know, but generally, AI is going to, you can just, if it's like, if you ask you like a textbook, if you read and know and reproduce from your head, it doesn't become a problem. The problem is this thing of copying and pasting and submitting and claiming to be you. Right, this is where, because what AI does is that AI collects information from the internet, it's very related AI. It collects information from the internet and sells you the answer. AI is a very own information. So when you activate this, it quotes the internet for you and sells you information that is available on the internet. So AI is saying like this, in fact, it only causes the problem that are looking for the problem of media literacy and media consumption. The question that you ask to Google, and Google will make you suggest to you scholarly articles and all of that. AI will go and read the articles and bring to you already with the content, and you are sounding as if it's your own. So Google will refer you to where the article is. You see the difference they said in. So these are what things we are. They don't know how we can frame it. They only add to our laziness. I think that for work, I use Yambo. Yambo is a very practical AI tool. So when I use Yambo, I do my work, save my code in time and all of that. We have now AI to open AI. What about generating journalists? So when I do so I don't know how to frame that as well. Yambo is AI.
Transport.
Yeah, you don't know how to get into your Google Map and it needs to directly to somehow. Yes. People can actually study on the atmosphere. You can actually study take from various fields. Language proficiency. You can actually shape the language.
And how to correct and change.
Yes, and this platform that you use for proofreading. Grammar. Use for proofreading. At times, the oversight of maybe a comma, a full stop, a wrong preposition.
Exactly. Even the whole idea of the sentence, sometimes it tries to explain something.
Because it's not a given. And even when you download it, and some people see they use it as a PowerPoint presentation. You do your presentation, you do some loading, and it generates a presentation. Yes. There are people who do that work.
Brainstorming ideas and angles, different ways to approach the story.
You have to look for research. For example, that kind of thing, like when I was doing this and editorial, I was looking for what something is brand new. And I saw several people who publish on the and they are online. Yeah.
Also, interesting AI because it can give you wrong information. Yeah, you should check and verify. There are some sites AI that will not give you exact, they can give you something near to you.
Yeah, that's exactly what the reason for me to use AI is when you ask AI to generate things for you, especially generating AI as a journalist for you, you must have the capacity to be able to curate that content and secure whether it's true or not. But if you ask them to send the link here and here references, either you can go to those references and project. So you ask them to put them in the answers for you, who the journalist are. I think that's where we're beginning to have problem with AI. So you go and ask them to build me this wall and AI gives you this wall.
which is just in eyes. I don't know if it's already that there is this app called Bible where you can actually get audio versions of text. It has a transcript, audio versions, and even Bible video. Like Jesus film, you can actually access it. It's called Bible. It's a global version. So just Bibles and peace. So that's an AI tool that can help. Bible and then .is.
So the under maybe research, as you mentioned, because spirituality under journalism is like something that journalism specialized in. Or maybe what if a confessional radio
Are you almost a similar one? For Kali, almost is very good. It reminds you of prayer hours, if you actually has even a time to good, something like that. Those are AI tools.
Okay, I think about research as a journalist or media practitioner, as a partner, as a colleague
Yes.
in the office, you have to be very careful because I think that journalists will need to have some similar way how to prompt from the way you prompt it wrongly. It can give you very poor information. And most of the time, AI content as a media practitioner has been responding in a way that it is more, it wants people to relate with the content. So it doesn't go for it. It makes it in a way that people can relate with the content that is giving you their voice. Knowing how to prompt it. So I think that one institution as a partner or as a colleague in the office, so we need to have some people to stand up with how to help for prompting, how to prompt.
So it wasn't
2 more minutes.
It's not well and AI also is part of the challenge because children are more or less many more children into the use of AI. Now guiding them on how to use it is a major problem. Parents don't know how to go about
Reading AI benefits from all over the place. So do not stop enriching yourself, just see the content that you say, so that when AI is used,
So I think it's a friend of
one minute background knowledge
we have the responsibility
AI population.
that we need to understand AI ourselves and be able to teach parents how to use AI.
And then we have to embrace AI. But continue to stay relevant by doing what is known for practice. Check and how to
Time off.
embrace and always take
Time off. We'll take 1 minute to rearrange our chairs back, please. Time off. Thank you so much. You manage the job that please, we'll take 1 minute to readjust our seats as they were. Yes. I want to thank everybody and of course apologize for the stress of getting chairs, adjusting them, but I want to believe and I'm sure that we enjoy the exercise together. And when in no distant time that we're going to listen to the contributions that all of you have made, I'm sure we'll leave this home with a lot to take home. Please don't disturb the line. Don't disturb the line. Get one chair. Voila. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. As assignment, please let us maintain our. Let's go back to where the high table members. So we had 2 questions to answer in our breakout sessions. First question was, Is AI a threat to journalism practice or not? Second question, what's the way forward for journalism and journalism practice? So without further delay, we're going to call on the chairman who will let the chairperson, very soon before they say that I'm not the gender sensitive in my speech, the chairperson of Group 1 and the secretary to come up and tell us what are their deliberations, what are we going to take home from their conversation. Yes, Madam Wendy and your secretary, you have the pride of place.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, comrades and partners. Group 1, we have the task of deliberating on whether AI was a threat to journalism, to our practice, and we approach the question by defining AI, looking at the threats and opportunities it presents, and we had a conclusion. So I'll hand over to our secretary, Petronella, to break it down for us. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. We started with looking at what the threats are, and first we had propaganda for wrong information. AI can easily be used for propaganda for wrong information. We had deepfakes, which we had an example of an image which was created of recent of the president being dressed as a book, which can be found offensive. That we equally have impersonification. AI could be used to personify somebody, and Samuel Eto'o was taken as an example. Samuel Eto'o was used of recent to scam somebody of about 200,000 francs. So that was dollars. Wow, that was a lot. So also AI could be used in the wrong way and to violate privacy. Okay, we have violation of ethics, and also we have as a threat, AI could be used as a risk. If it could be a risk if it's not well prompted. Then we equally have the fact that AI can be used for manipulation of democratic processes, and can equally be used for plagiarism. Most of us will copy articles and copy from here, go and paste and publish under our names. That's encouraging plagiarism. And also, AI has been seen to encourage laziness amongst journalists, and is equally a threat when it comes to misinformation. Then we went down to look at the opportunities AI gives to us as journalists. We have safety, transport and guidance, and we took the example of Yango and Abu, which is commonly used in the only Dwala. I think even Bafusan, when you book them, it's always safe, even the car you are using, and that's the work of AI. We equally have Google Maps, which could easily take you to your destination. Then, for opportunities as well, AI is time saving. We can use it to summarize our work, we use it to analyze, we use it to do research. Then we probably have education and capacity. We have apps we use online. I think Allison is an app we use. We have other apps that you can use to learn. That's AI, and it goes a long way to boost our capacity. We equally have the fact that we can use AI to brainstorm. It helps you to choose your angles, helps you to build ideas, give you ideas that you could build and maybe do good reports. Then we equally have the fact that you could use AI for research, and we have an example of Bible East and Rumors, which are apps that you could use to do research, maybe religious research. This is what we looked at, and we concluded that as journalists, it's important that we learn how to use AI so that we could, sorry about that. That is very important as journalists that we could build our capacity when it comes to AI so that we could better inform the community. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we discussed as one.
People who are clapping as if we're tired already. Are we tired? Please clap for well. Thank you very much. We just want to take this quick moment to acknowledge the online community that are following this event from their respective angles around the world, thanks to Hilltop Voices. And of course, we can see that they have a powerful team. We are having reports that people are following our press cafe on the occasion of the commemoration of this Press Freedom Day here at NWCA building, thanks to Hilltop Voices. So if you are watching us online, we appreciate you. So we are going to delve straight to Group 2, and we're inviting Comrade Ambe Macmillan and Comrade Mbu Stella, President, Chairperson, and Secretary of that group, to tell us what they discussed.
Thank you. Happy World Press Freedom Day, gentlemen and ladies. Yes. We had a powerful group made up of civil society activists, communicators, and journalists. Are we good? You know, with the civil society, we can strike at any given moment if we feel irritated. All right. That said, we had the same exercise, but with different participants. So you listen keenly to the powerful presentation which we had. You can go on with your journalist voice while we wait for.
You have to talk voice. Steady, you have to speak voice.
Thank you very much. We started in Group 2, first of all, by agreeing that AI is important as well as it's not important. This means that it is a threat as well as it has so many opportunities. I'm going to start with the threat. We agreed in Group 2 that AI is a good tool for the propagation of fake news, mis- and disinformation. It helps in the production and distribution of fake news, misinformation, and disinformation. We also agree that by it being called artificial intelligence, it means that there is also an original, and that every artificial should be doubted. We also agree in Group 1 that AI takes away your ability to be creative and productive. AI has a lot of opportunities, and we looked at just 4 of those opportunities for a journalist. We agreed that AI was a tool that has come to enhance our work, especially in looking for sources, verification, editing of our works, and also checking our grammar. AI makes us to work faster because in itself it is faster in the prompts that we give to AI. We all agree that in the past, our seniors here will tell us that they used to go to libraries, they used to read books to be able to come out with a few pages of a story. But this time around, AI gives you all of that information in very few time. AI provides us with learning opportunities, and it helps us to do our work. And if we depend on it, of course, it's going to kill our credibility and our ability to be productive. It can do our work in very less time. As a way forward, we agreed that it is important for journalists to be AI literate so that they know what to use, how to use it, and how it affects them. Here we're talking about our privacy. Some of us just go ahead and agree to the terms and conditions, and we give out information about us that if it is made known to you, you will not be proud of that action that you took. We also agreed that as a way forward, journalists should be transparent in their use of AI. Be able to tell your readers that this story was written with AI assistance, and in this position and this portion, you have AI context. It also helps you in case a court case comes. We also agree that journalists should read more and avoid being AI dependent, because tomorrow, if what is happening in other countries, if it is cut, if internet is cut, that means that our local communities will be new staffed because we don't have an application that is going to generate such followers. We agree finally that AI is here to stay, and we need to embrace it, but we should never forget to check and cross-check.
Thank you very much, the Secretary of Group 2. And I must say that the contributions have been very much didactic, and I dare say that AI is not a threat to journalism. We are the ones that can abusively use it, and if we use it by, first of all, acquiring the skills and making use of AI, it will better our journalism and journalism practice. My 2-point contribution, I dare to say, that has been transcribed to practical reality by Hilltop Voices. You can use AI and the accompanying benefits for crowdsourcing and crowdfunding. These are two concepts that we should maybe read properly on it. We are in an era where you cannot go to Congo. You might not go to Congo to investigate stories. You can do that with powerful, reliable AI tools, and you have accurate information from where you are. You must not travel with a risk to other places. And there are also tools. Facebook, people are cashing out from Facebook through the journalistic practice thanks to artificial intelligence and others. I don't want to maybe continue dragging on, but all of us have agreed. Are we agreeing together that AI is not a threat to journalism and journalism practice? Yes. Oh, good. And of course, we are also saying that AI has come to stay, and we must move with AI or we are left out. Thank you very much. Can we give a round of applause to ourselves? So at this juncture, I must say we have come to the close. No, we are almost at the close of the first segment of our program. But before we draw the curtain on the first segment of our program, we are going to have a brief musical interlude while we invite the head of Press Cafe Commission, Bobby Troveslow. We acknowledge his all ever-present, effective, committed, everything that you can say about him. He has never said that, no, this is for young people, let me see them. Each time we knock at his doors, he's always there, serviceable as possible, as you can imagine. So we're gradually delving into Press Cafe Awards, CJTU Awards for 2025 Press Freedom Day Awards. And we're going to have a short musical interlude. I'm sure he's putting his papers, his many papers, to tell us how the commission or whatever thing he has to tell us before we go on with the award of certificates and trophies. A short musical interlude. the head of that press award commission tells me that he will take a few minutes to put everything together. But before that, we would like to hand over the microphone to the chapter head of CJTU and some very, very important persons in the hall that the president would like to greet on behalf of CJTU before we ride on with the program.
Hello. I'm more than grateful when I look at the faces in the hall. It's always, it gladdens my heart. You know, we are here 32nd anniversary, or what do you call it, 32nd commemoration of World Press Freedom Day. And trade unionism to me is like a home. We don't, when I see people like Harlem, he's a trade unionist by excellence. He's always fighting. He was working as with the water agency for Cameroon. Kamwata, or there was one the snake before. He had to fight, and he's still fighting. Now we have our brother here, Jean Peter. Everybody knows him because he always takes the controversial stance in debates. They have been animating our media for a very long time, and I want to acknowledge our partner in this year's celebration, commemoration. Comrade John Menkefo, is one of the sponsors for this year's event. He's sponsoring a category of the awards. That is international news with local impact. I want to thank, to acknowledge the Comrade Fu John. He's a health communicator and a controversial political analyst that we have in the region. He promised and he stood by his words that he's funding one of the awards, which is on health reporting. So we are happy that he's here. One of our partners, we are acknowledging SEP, that is a structure within the CDC. They are also sponsoring two of our awards. So on the persons with inclusive development, and that is it for the audio and print. So it's a wonderful thing that we have such people around us. You can see that we are doing a local sourcing. We are not going further than here, just amongst ourselves to make things really happen. So it tells a lot that we have a lot, we can depend on ourselves, we can do things for ourselves. That is the spirit of trade unionism. So thank you very much. Thank you. Some persons who chip in that we can take coffee, they will say, no, we don't mention my name. So we have to respect their opinion. Thank you very much and welcome. Have a nice day here with us. Those who are our guests, our honored guests, and those who matter here. But I want to also call on us trade unionists, members of CJTU, that we should be serious about this, our union. The syndicate, it is for our own, it is our own police, it is our own, that's where we gain our powers. Each time there is struggle, that is when you see the power of trade unionism. It comes out of federations all over the world. They come because we are affiliated to. So we should not joke about it. We shouldn't joke about it because some of us are still waiting to be called to come to their event as if they are coming for coverage, which is unfortunate. I want us to sit up and we make our things happen. I want to salute Comrade Fai Victor. He's always very quiet there. He's in the transport sector. He's the divisional president for transport syndicate for Northwest. So you see how he's doing a lot of things around He's somebody who is so quiet when in public. When you come to see him when he's firing within the policy makers. Thank you very much. I want to thank you, Comrade Eugene Eloshi, for your contribution. You're always moving around. You are a moving bibliothèque because you do a lot of findings and you mesmerize us each time you meet with us, which is a good thing. You're making us feel good. So, like famous Peter Kings, the philosopher, said, other people should not think that journalists cannot do this. We are doing it. That is, we have people like Loshi, we have Godson Jean-Marie, we have Kemafru, and then we are not talking about our own hilltop voices. I mean, the man behind the brain is behind the brain behind the whole institution has decided to mobilize all to come here. I want to salute our station manager for CRTV. He's always there. Each time I go knocking, I say, big brother, we have this. He will not hesitate to send his people here to cover it for us. So I'm very, very grateful. So thank you very, very, very much. Comrades, Jerry, you're always very quiet. I know your work is always down. You do your work in the background, and it's a very good thing. So I will not be calling all the names, but I'm very glad when I look at the women. Don't be so Comrade Ruth. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the very nice greetings, chapter lead. Chapter head of CJTU. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, what brought us here is about to unfold. I'm going to call on the chairperson, the person who chaired that very important commission to review the entries that CJTU received. He's going to have a word and maybe tell us how the commission worked, who are the winners, and how we're going to go about the award of certificates and trophies. Thank you very much. The person is, like I said, he is Bobby Chobers Low. As a veteran, he has remained committed and always present whenever we knock at his doors. Mr. President.
I'm not very good with German meetings, so why I want to stand at the corner. Dear guests, Comrade Union members, good morning once more. I'm happy World President Day. In fact, we were privileged to serve as members of the jury 2025 World President CJTU Press Awards. And I think we served with a lot of commitment in the interest of union members, and in honor of our departed colleagues. And here, actually, remembering, I'm willing to remembrance, Comrade Milton Eric, Peter Kings Mayon, and so Manasseh, Michael, and Farmer Power Agata. It is an honor that we work to produce their works. And it is for this reason that their works carry their names. That is an honor. And the privilege to serve in this year's jury included myself, chairperson. We have Jerry Besson as member. Our guest, please can you rise to our guests and look at everyone. And Jerry, he was a member from far away Britain. We have Oba Rose as another jury member. So there were 4 of us, including Jean-Marie Gonson, who served as the secretary of the jury. And at this point, briefly as the chairperson, I'd like to call on the head of the secretariat to deliver on their words.
Sorry, I'm taking many cards this afternoon. 2025 CJTU Bamenda Memorial Awards. How the jury worked. Immediately after the creation of the jury and the appointment of members by the CJTU executive, jury members had physical and virtual meetings. Jury members worked as a team and arrived at a grading criteria. Entries were graded on relevance of each entry, the originality of the entry, use of appropriate resource persons, attribution, use of language, and general journalistic insight. A total of 45 submitted entries were downloaded. Each jury member graded the various entries independently, and the jury members later met in plenary, compared marks, agreed on the final tally, and arrived on the final list, which shall be discovered very soon. It was noticed that a good chunk of entries were on Microsoft, despite the call that made that entries must have been published. In such scenarios, such entries were simply discarded. It was a tight competition, I must say, with many journalists submitting entries that jury members had to go through a tough time to select the finalist. It was professional, and the jury recommends that such awards should take place annually or periodically to improve the quality of journalism practice in the region and beyond. And the winners.
Just for comedian, I was suggesting that to the camera, whether we should rather get our dollars standing so that winners. It's okay? All right, thank you.
And the winners. Category 1. Peter King's Manyong Award for the Best News Story on Inclusive Development. We're not clapping here. The winner of that category is Wifa Genevarus today. He scored 14 on 20 and he submitted the story on inclusive education. The road covered with certificate examination in Cameroon, the marriage between the Cameroon GCE board and the CDC Health Services. Mr. President, yes. At this juncture, we are going to call the winner, Wifa Genevarus today, to come forth. We're also calling on Mr. Lenfong Isaac to take the pains in handing over this award, the trophy and the prize. All right. Can see envelopes, can see certificates. It's not easy. Can you have some live music, DJ? You would like to
in front of journalists to hand over an award to someone I don't know, but I will not hit today.
I am downtown.
We got
Please
in
let me stay there and
there
close at 2 o'clock
by
in
the
the
Cameroon
morning.
Journalist Trade Union,
Please, the driver come and pick
CJTU,
them, please.
Northwest Chapter for exceptional performance,
With Shama.
professionalism, and a commitment to excellence in journalism in the Northwest region. Peter King Minor Award for the best news story on inclusive development.
Okay, keep standing with her. That was the award from the chapter. Keep waiting for the one of the national office. Okay, to go to the national office has an award for you as well. Keep standing. The first vice national president. Okay, I've seen more goodies coming back out from envelopes. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. The first vice national president is coming up. Okay, this is what we did not envisage. It's a surprise for you, we fight the virus, and for all of us. And go each of us, Lord, we have a pride of place. And it is not signed to show that they did not even know who.
This is on behalf of the National Office of CJTU. This is to certify that WIFA has been awarded the Journalism Excellence Award for outstanding inclusive development reporting in the Northwest region by the Cameroon Journalist Trade Union in recognition of outstanding journalism that highlights the voices of marginalized communities and promotes inclusive development within the region. Signed by the National President, Madame Obama.
Thank you very much, Public. Thank you very much, Comrade Bakaderic, first Vice President, National Vice President. Thank you. DJ will have some live music. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Viva. Thank you very much.
Just so I add that the National President actually is very special interest in this particular award because to her, she prides herself in promoting inclusion. Marion herself, a lady, has risen to many ranks in the journalism family, and she thinks she continues to give gratitude to persons with disabilities, one, and to women in general. So she is very pleased to hand over this award on behalf of the national office. Just so for those who do not know, Chomis is national advisor. He's at the national executive level as well. So he's national advisor, and that's why he handed that award to you in that capacity, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Coming back there. And now to the next category. Thank you very much, DJ. The second category is Power Awareness Award for the best news story and the winner is Cameroon. It is regrettable that he had an accident recently and he cannot make it to the event. We are going to call somebody who works closely with him just to say that Cameroon scored 12 on 20 and submitted many entries, and the one that was evaluated and deemed best was the story on Kumfed training GPS service providers on prevention, protection, and response. We are calling on Book Stella to come up and symbolically receive this award on behalf of neighbor Jero. We are also calling on Yes, Bobecho is still hanging over this one. Huh? Yes. Sorry, Bobecho, now it is the representative of the socio-economic empowerment of persons with disability should come up and hand over the next one, the next category. The next category is titled Eric Motomo's Award for the Best Health News Story. Eric Motomo's Award for the Best Health News Story. And the winner is, DJ can kill the music and play when it's relevant, please. The winner is Ola Tita Nki. She scored 14 on 20 and submitted the story titled Universal Health Coverage Reduces Financial Burden on Patients. Thank you very much, our representative from the Socio-Economic Empowerment of Persons with Disability. You have to hand over this award to the winner. Yes, go ahead, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, Madam Ola. The next award category is Anye the Source Award for the best local. Okay, sorry, it's not ended. Sorry, it's not ended. It's not ended. There is yes, you can't again, sir. Sorry, you have to complete the process. You have to hand over the trophy, the certificate alongside. Thank you very much. Maybe are you going to read? Still reading?
Yeah, that will be fine. So this is also for health reporting. It's from the National Office, and it reads Cameroon Journalist Trade Union Award of Excellence. This is to certify that now, Madam Ola Titanki, it was sent to me from the head office without a name, so we're going to write it now. So, has been awarded the Journalism Excellence Award for Outstanding Health Reporting in the Northwest region by the Cameroon Journalist Trade Union, CJTU Northwest, in recognition of exceptional professionalism and impact in health journalism, significantly contributing to public awareness and well-being. Presented this 6th of May 2025 in Bamenda, Cameroon, signed La Présidente Marion Oba.
Okay, for our guests, maybe you are surprised that we are calling names of departed journalists in the region, or whose names are we calling? These are names of colleagues. Some of them are former members of CJTU that are fallen, no more with us, and that's why these award categories have been created in their name. The next one is the Source Award for the Best Local Initiative Story. The Source Award for the Best Local Initiative Story. And the winner is Gila Betsheba Evatine and Veronica Aji. The double submission scored 14.5 on 20. And it is titled Turning Trash into Treasure, Bold Steps of Bamenda Denizens Towards a Cleaner Future. We are going to call on Corporate Fung John to symbolically hand over these trophies, certificates, and awards. This time around, since the double entry, I don't know the arrangement. Yes, Corporate Fung John, handing over the certificates.
Awards of excellence. This
certificate is awarded to a virgin by the Cameroon Journalist Trade Union CJTU Northwest Chapter for exceptional performance, professionalism, and commitment to excellence in journalism in the Northwest region. I named the Nessos Award for the best local initiative news story. Signed President of Jury Chopis Law today, the 6th of May, the year of our Lord 2025. Congratulations.
It's a double submission. Very important photos. You have to give that next one since it was a double submission. It was a double, the story was actually by two people. She's not there. Veronica Aji of CJTU Pamela. She bylined that story. The spring story she bylined with Petsheva Ibali.
It's the same. Yes, the same award. There's no reading. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You can take a seat. We're going to the next category, which is Michael Ndis Award for the best foreign news story with local impact. Michael Ndis Award for the best foreign news story with local impact. And the winner is Baka Derek. He scored 14.5 on 20 and submitted the story U.S. President sudden suspension of U.S. aid funding leaves health workers in Bamenda jobless. We know that Baka Derek is the first national president, and he is the pioneer chapter of CJTU. He's a journalist, lead strategist at Hilltop Voices, and of course, that justifies his journalistic and analytic skills. We're calling on Mr. John Menkofo to have the privilege to hand over this certificate to the winner, Baka Derek.
I think the best thing that's happened is that the person next to me on Praise and Dance say, I'm going to grab from him after he receives this award.
Thank you very much, Mr. Menkofo John. Thank you very much. And then to the last category of our awards, we're going to have Manasseh's Award for the best emerging young journalist. We called for entries among student journalists and early career journalists who are still in school, and the jury, after reviewing all the nominations, found as winner Beltus Asaji. Beltus Asaji is 30-year student in the Department of Journalism and Communication and Development Studies at the University of Bamenda, and he is the parish priest of Our Lady of Mercy Parish, Manda. We are calling on Comrade Ruchi Wachong to hand over this certificate to the winner. This will be good news in the University of Bamenda. This will be good news in the Department of Communication and Development Studies.
You know, we thank the head of the Secretariat, Jean-Marie Gonfon, and it's our duty to announce that away from the certificate, we take it home. by the laureate, each of the winners is also taking home CFA 25,000 something. All the winners are thus invited by the time we close to meet the treasurer of CJTU for the money. And the treasurer is Comrade Ambe. Is he here?
Yes.
So that the winner should know. So by the time we end, all the laureates should meet him for the cash award. Thank you very much.
Can we put our hands together for the winners of this year's President of the CJTU Awards? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. At this juncture, we're going to have a word from somebody from an institution that has stood with CJTU, has stood behind journalists in the region for many years. They have been supportive and have been promoting journalism. And of course, and on the occasion of the 2025 CJTU Northwest 2025 Press Awards, we want to hear from them. They should give us a word. And that is why we're calling on the representative. It's not the face that we usually see. We would have seen a fair person. But this afternoon we see somebody, the face is not familiar with us, but we're calling on the representative of the socio-economic empowerment of persons with disability. The coordinator is Mr. Jack Chirac Awad. He's not here with us, but we are sending a representative. So we're going to inconvenience you once again to come up and give us the words. We have come with you from the Cameroon Baptist Health Convention and from the CBC program. Thank you very much. And we might have the opportunity to know you too as well.
Okay. Excuse me. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm called Tamon James. I am the National Coordinator of the Cameroon Crop Care Project. My face is not new. A few of us, we've met on the Cameroon Crop Care Project a few times. So I bring you greetings from Mr. Awa Jean Chirac, who is unavoidably absent because he is in Yaoundé. So he asked me to represent him. I know that if he were the one standing here, he will be able to say more, good things or nice things. Me, I'm not used to speaking. I just used to act. So the socio-economic empowerment for persons with disabilities, as we all know, is spearheading disabilities inclusion in the Northwest and in Cameroon. And on an occasion like this, it is but normal that we have to be present. And not just present to witness, but also present to contribute. We have been contributing in various ways, and we've also come to cheer up those who have won some prizes or those who have done some great work in the field of disability inclusion. So we are here to encourage you and to let you know that this movement is not just for journalists alone, but also for organizations like the CBC Health Services. So from the program manager, he says we are ready to support whenever the support is needed. We are ready to accompany when you need our company. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I'll give my paper, President, quickly. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Like I've said, the SEED program, the CBC has been with CJTU for many years. Ladies and gentlemen, we also want to acknowledge somebody very important for CJTU and important for journalists in the region. I want to acknowledge Madame Noning Amel. She is the board chair of the coordinating unit of persons with disability. Madam, please, we are welcome. Thank you very much. The coordinating unit for persons with disability as an institution has hosted us several times when we have our monthly meetings. I want to say that we are grateful for that benevolence. Okay, we're going to okay, if you look closely on our agenda, we have a word for partners. And my president is telling me John Fung, Cameroon, John Fung, who is a member of CJTU, is sitting in double capacity as a partner. And we want to have a short word from you, sir. Make it very brief. Thank you very much.
Thank you, great comrade Jean-Marie. Valued colleagues, last year when we were here, I made a promise and an announcement. It was within the context of inspiring young ones, especially young guys who are aspiring into this profession, especially in a domain that is very, very vital. I'm talking of C4D. That's communication for development. Last year I promised 50,000 francs for the winner. I've brought it. Again, and I am happy. Today we are not only listening on words, but we listen on something which is very important. Universal health coverage. And was welcome that it reduces poverty. Those are some of the things we'll continue to encourage. Next year, we'll have a cash prize of the winners, 50,000 francs. And if there are many, and it will depend on how captivating, how we may increase. We may move from 1 to 2 or to 3 awardees. So this is just to encourage our young ones that, that field is so vast and is so remunerative. So our colleagues, it's good, we should get into it. I'm also encouraging the young ones, especially students in journalism, that they should get interested in communication for development. Thank you. That's just the announcement I wanted to announce. That next year we'll be here. We'll not only have one prize, we may have 3 prizes for communication for development as specified. Right on health issues. We have recently, there was one in Cameroon. Unfortunately, they were not increased. We can write health, hygiene, health.